Okay, so what is your name and can you tell us about your career?
My name is Rachel Blinoff Mudd, and my first job I ever had was as a EMT, emergency medical transport, and I worked as an EMT for 4 years through college, and then when I graduated college, I started working as an athletic trainer, and then 6 years ago I started teaching.
So where do you work currently?
Currently, I teach here at Oxford. I actually work for North Orange County ROP, and I'm placed here at Oxford. And then for athletic training, I work for a company called Game Day Athletic Trainers, and they do what's called per diem work. So they kind of connect sports that need athletic trainers to the athletic trainers.
So what interest of yours helped you decide which profession to go into? Or was it some sort of influence that you had, whether it was an individual or an event that you experienced?
Growing up, I was always interested in the body and how the body worked, and I knew I wanted to go into the medical fields. From there, once I entered high school, they had an EMT program. I knew I wanted to join, but you got to be a senior to join their EMT program. So throughout all of high school, I was into sports. I ran cross country and played soccer, and I developed a really strong relationship with my high school athletic trainer, and that kind of shaped me that I wanted to go into sports medicine.
So did you have any obstacles while working towards your career? And if you did, how did you get through those obstacles?
Some obstacles. I think just one obstacle I had is sports medicine. When you're getting a degree in athletic training, it covers a broad variety of a lot of topics. So you get a little bit of pharmacology, a little bit of chemistry, a lot of physiology and anatomy. And so a challenge for me was I wasn't strong in physics and chemistry, but I still was required to take 2 years of each class, even though I was more interested in the bodies. So that was a challenge for me to just buckle up and get through those classes. And I really got through them through the help of my friends, forming a tight study group, and maybe I was good at anatomy and they were better at chemistry, and we would kind of tutor each other.
So what skills are required in your career on a day-to-day basis?
I think athletic training and teaching are very similar. You have to have good patient skills, which would also translate to student teacher skills. You have to be able to build a good, strong, trustworthy relationship. In both careers, you also have to be flexible, because you never know. In the classroom, anything could happen. Like a student doesn't understand what you're doing, your experiment doesn't go the right way. Whereas the same thing in athletic training, anything could happen. Someone could break their arm, or nothing could happen, or someone could pull their muscle. So you just always have to be on your toes and be flexible to deal with whatever the situation is.
So what educational preparation would you recommend for someone who may want to go into your profession, whether it's the athletic training or being a teacher?
Well, if you want to be an athletic trainer, I'd recommend first shadowing someone, so you kind of get a feel for the whole experience, because some people think it's, oh, you just get to sit there and watch sports, when there's way more to it. So I would recommend first shadowing someone before you commit. In athletic training, you have to have your master's to qualify for the certification exam. So you would do your bachelor's in kinesiology, and then you'd go into a master's of athletic training program, which is 2 years. And then to be a teacher, I kind of went a roundabout way. So I was an athletic trainer first. So then while I was an athletic trainer, I went back and got my master's in education and my teaching credential. So both of them, all in all, it's going to be about 6 years with your undergrad and your master's.
So how do you balance your work with your family?
Well, I think it's really important that my family, we have really good communication, and we keep a family calendar. So at home, we have a calendar of when I'm working, when Nate's working, when Kaylee has dance, when my mom's going to be in town. So we could kind of plan around everybody else. Before I take an athletic training job, I go check and see, is there anything happening that day that I don't want to miss? So staying organized.
What motivates you to stay in this career?
What motivates me to stay in teaching is that I really love my students, and I really like helping them find their passion, or not finding their passion, like helping them realize, oh, this really isn't for me, I'm not interested in the body. In athletic training, I really enjoy the fast pace. A lot of things can happen at one time. It keeps me on my toes, and I like just being able to help an athlete in a moment where they might feel completely lost, and their heart might be broken because they have a broken arm, and that's when I can help them.
Last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm still teaching and doing the same thing because I really like what I'm doing. Maybe I'll start my own per diem athletic training company, but we'll see.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.